So Tim and I both work in real estate, and the general public thinks I'm overpaid and thinks he's a predator. Neither of which are true, but they might be your own perception. I help people buy and sell homes. Tim fulfills a totally different need within the real estate industry, and that is Tim helps people that have homes that they need to convert to cash very quickly, and in a lot of cases, they don't want the homes on the market for a number of different reasons, and he provides solutions for them. That's a fair way to say it, right?
Absolutely. I mean, we had a recent sale or purchase. The lady was ill. She doesn't have a super positive prognosis of her illness. She wanted to fulfill and live the rest of her life with her family in Texas. She has a home that she's inherited that is, let's say, not market ready.
That's one way to say it.
And she needs, as Mike says, needs to convert that home, that equity, into cash. And she doesn't have the time that a traditional real estate transaction would take.
Right.
So we're closing. We gave her a fair cash offer. She was more than happy with it. She didn't think she was going to get as much as we were able to give her. Yeah. And she, by the time this thing hits
she'll be in Texas.
With her family.
Yeah, which means way more to her than what she could have gotten with me, which was we're going to have to get everything out.
Yep.
We've got to change the carpet. We've got to paint the house. We've got to do a lot of
new kitchen, new bathrooms. This is a 1950-something, 1960 house that nothing's been done to.
Right. So and she doesn't have the cash to put back into it.
Nope.
In fact, she doesn't have cash. She needs the cash. So
yep.
so there are situations where, and I know in the past I've downplayed. I've always said the market is where every house needs to go, but there are extenuating circumstances with sellers. And sellers get to make the choice as to what they do with their property.
Absolutely.
And for some of them, it's not, hey, I could make an extra $5,000, $10,000 in 45 more days. It's, I'm willing to concede a little bit to get it done now.
And a little bit even more than that, like you did say, she didn't have any money to fix anything up. Not only did she not have any money to fix anything up, she didn't have any money to buy her new place in Texas. Right. Or move. So what we do is, as everybody knows, we're not going to put the most amount of money in the seller's pocket, but we are the most convenient and the most flexible.
Yeah.
So what we did was we gave her 3 weeks free rent back. So we close, we hold back a marginal amount like 10 grand, so they make sure they move out. Because it has happened. We've learned that we have to do this. But that gives her cash in her pocket to go purchase a new house, to move, to get settled. And
it gives her security.
And it gives her the security that she knows where she's going and when she's doing it.
Yeah. So you're solving a problem in an unconventional way.
Exactly. Okay. In an unconventional real estate way.
Yeah. Well,
right?
and it's not unique to you. There are a number of people that engage in this business in Reno, nationwide. They typically get the phrase flippers, and there are people that don't like them because they say, well, flippers are taking advantage of somebody's situation and then they're profiting. Well, yes, I guess if you look at it in simply black and white, but if you were to just turn it around a little bit, you would see that they're providing opportunity for people that wouldn't have it otherwise. They're not in a position to put the money into the house. They don't have the time to wait out 2-4 weeks worth of showings, deal with offers, wait for a 30 to 45 day close. They need the money now. So I have opportunities where I can save some money and I can wait a little bit, or I can spend more money and I get it done, and I have found that it's easiest to spend more money and get it done. So there's a premium. You're just picking up the premium on providing a solution that is timely and quick.
And
Okay.
we're upfront. And when we go into a home, we are clear and always tell a home buyer, if you're looking to maximize the dollars out of this house, we're not your option.
Right. That's me.
That's you.
That's what I do.
That's when
Yeah.
we give them you.
Totally.
Right? You're going to maximize that investment as much as anybody can do.
And we've done that.
Yep.
You've said, hey, call them. And,
Yep.
and I've gone out and talked to them, and I said, yeah, we can do it. The other thing, and I think that people forget, or they can take the negative side of this, which is you have a tendency to deal with properties that are in a, I don't want to say severe state of disrepair, but some of them have been like really bad.
Some of them are, even the seller
Yeah.
is embarrassed to have
Right,
us
right.
out.
They
It
they
is so
definitely
bad.
don't want me in.
And they don't want you in. They don't want a photographer in. They don't want somebody else because they're not blind to the situation.
Correct.
They just don't know how to get out of that situation.
They're embarrassed.
They're embarrassed, and that's when we can come in and help. There's so many different scenarios that we are the better option.
Right.
We buy houses from people who are getting foreclosed on and only have weeks.
Yeah.
And they're going to lose everything, or they can sell it to us and put at least what their equity
Right.
is in their pocket and not give that equity to the
And they
bank.
don't get the foreclosure on their record.
And
or-
exactly.
yeah. Okay. The other aspect, and I think it's a positive for anyone that does flips, is they take a house, which is typically the least attractive.
Yep.
I mean, because you can see it from the outside.
Yep.
The grass is dead. The paint's peeling away from the fascia boards.
Nothing's been done to them.
Nobody has been caring for it. You come in, change landscaping, update the house, bring the value back up. So somebody goes, oh, I can't believe they bought that house for $300,000.
Right.
Homes in this neighborhood sell for $475,000. Well, 2, 3, 4 months later, they've got a $500,000 house.
Right.
That now somebody can come in, make it their home, live there, and they don't have to worry about remodeling, doing flooring, things like that for a while.
Yep.
These days, it's every 3 years.
It's funny, like, because you touched on it, is not only are we helping that seller
Yeah.
out of a sticky situation or an uncomfortable situation, we are actually helping the whole neighborhood.
Yeah, you're
We're
taking
taking
the blight.
the worst house typically on the block,
Yeah.
and we're improving it to probably the best,
Right.
or at least one of the best, right?
Bringing it up
So
to
we're
up to
bringing.
par.
We get neighbors coming over thanking us. We get neighbors coming over and saying, "Hey, can you try to buy so and so's house?" You know, it's funny because people get it once people understand what we're doing
Yeah.
and get beyond the perception. They see the value of what we give and what we're
bring
doing.
back, not
Yes.
just to the house, but to the neighborhood itself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, ideally. So what would be if somebody were watching this and they said, "That's kind of my situation," and it doesn't. I'm not saying that their house is in disrepair or anything negative. We have people that simply don't want strangers coming through their home.
Yep.
It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. They know that the house needs a lot of repair, and they don't want people to see it that way. So they would like a discreet sale. We had one guy, and this wasn't too terribly long ago, where he was within weeks of end of life,
Yep.
and said, "I have to have this house transferred out of my name, and I need the cash before I pass away."
Yep.
And so
It's
those, those things do happen also.
Absolutely.
And then you guys just say, "Hey, set an appointment with us. We'll come out. We'll have a conversation.
Yep.
If what we have works for you, great. If it doesn't, we have resources. We can help you."
And we even help them with those other resources.
Right.
Like I get them in contact with you. If they have the wherewithal to fix it up themselves, I have some contacts that I'm there to help them.
Right.
They called me for a reason, or they reached out to us for a reason. And my job, just like your job is, and you take it very seriously, is you're going in there to help them.
Yes.
First, you got to figure out what that.
You got to find the problem.
Find the problem.
You got to be a doctor.
Right, and sometimes I'm the solution, sometimes you're the solution, and sometimes they're their own solution.
Correct.
And we kind of guide them to that scenario. And if we're the solution, great. We can close in 7 to 10 days. We're clean, simple. It's a one-day process as far as us coming out there. There's no more inspections or people walking by or coming by.
Stress.
There's no appraisers. There's no stress. Once we sign that contract, it's pretty much a done deal.
And your solution is typically tailored around their needs.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if they said, hey, I want this much money for this house, and I need to get the money, but I also need 30 days or whatever to move out, you can cater.
We cater whether it's a long escrow, short escrow, free rent backs to minimum rent backs.
Yeah.
We just try to put that whole package together. Just like when you get an offer from an agent on a regular real estate, you're looking at that whole package, and that's what we do.
Okay.
We look at the whole package and listen to the client and figure out what their needs is, and we develop a contract that suits them.
Game plan for it. I love it. I love it. So what's the easiest way for somebody to get a hold of you?
We have a website, 𝐭𝐓'𝐒 You can go online and fill out an appointment online, or you can reach out to me direct at 775-750-3615, or you can reach out to Mike, and Mike can get it to us. There's several different ways.
Well, and consultations are free.
There's no upfront charge. There's no charge at all, front or back.
Yeah.
We do this for free. You can email me direct if you want, Tim at 𝐭𝐓'𝐒 we make it pretty simple to figure out where we're at.
Well, you're one of the few people that I can make an appointment with, and you would actually pay me when it's all said and done. Everybody else wants my money, and you're willing to trade.
Yeah, we do trade dollars for houses.
I love it.
Dollars for houses.
And ultimately, the end goal is to take care of the need of the client.
Absolutely.
And assist them with an option that a lot of them would not know is available.
Yep, 100%. And it's sad that a lot of people only think of traditional real estate because there is other avenues out there.
Well, and it was I got in a little bit of hot water because I had a perception of subject to financing that was a little negative against it, and I had my reasons, and I did some research, and then I went, you know what, this is a great solution for certain people that own homes. You've got a mortgage against it. Whoops. You've got a way to divest yourself of the asset, have somebody else take over the liability, all of those things.
Yep.
And in learning all of that, which I think is great, because the more tools I have in my toolbox, the more people I can help.
Yep.
And my idea of people that flip houses was, they come in and take advantage of the seller and get it at a really low price, and then all of a sudden they sell it for a lot of money. And then I started hanging out with people doing it, and I went, the margins aren't nearly what I thought they were.
No,
they're not making huge profits off of it. By the time, especially when you guys get into a house and you discover something that you couldn't see because there were piles and piles of things in front of it.
Right.
And then you go, we didn't take into account that we've got to rip this out, we got to rip that out, we got to replace this. So it's what you do is actually a very risky business.
It is.
People don't realize that, and it's a cash heavy. So you're out the money. You own the home. Congratulations.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, the well needs to be replaced.
Some people go to the casinos to gamble. Right. I gamble with houses.
You love it with houses. That's awesome. So listen, if you or somebody you know would like to at least have a consultation, and you've got a property that isn't ideal or you don't want to put on the market, then give Tim a shout.
Thanks, Mike.
You got it, buddy.